Now we'll have a look at one of the games from the other joint leader in this tournament, who is Baadur Jobava from Georgia. A very interesting and entertaining player, a popular player. Likes to play creative openings, unusual openings, and he takes risks in his games. So he can have, very interesting wins, but also frustrating losses. But we like that. We like players that take risks. In this game, he had the white pieces against the very strong Chinese player Wang. But let's jump into the game. Jobava has white. He opened with d4, knight f6, and now bishop to g5. This is the Trompowsky. Of course, not the most main line of openings, but of the unusual openings for white, I would say it's one of the more popular ones. We had d5 from black, e3, c5, bishop takes f6, g takes f6. Black gets doubled pawns, but he gets the bishop pair. And we should mention, after d takes c5, that this was played in the World Championship match between Carlsen and Karjakin. There Karjakin went with knight c6, and play followed, bishop b5, e6, c4, d takes c4, knight d2, etc. You can probably find videos of that game on YouTube as well. But today, Wang went with pawn to e6, aiming to win back this pawn on c5 immediately. c4 from white, trying to induce the weaknesses in the black pawn structure. If bishop takes c5, we will take on d5, and black will have some weaknesses, so d takes c4 is more or less forced. And now knight d2 by Jobava. c3. That's a good way to get rid of the pawn, because now white has to break up his pawn structure with b takes c3. Knight d7. Bishop came into b5, and bishop takes c5. So white is slightly ahead in development here, and probably has the better pawn structure, but black does have the bishop pair to compensate his bad structure. Now f5, preparing to use the f6 square for some of his pieces. Knight g to f3, queen f6, rook d1 by Jobava, and now a6. A natural question is, what happens if black takes here on c3? Well, in that case, you're going to lose some time. White has a strong move, knight g5, and you have to retreat here. We have a threat here on the f7 pawn, and if you come back, there is knight g to e4, which is an evil move. And now you're going to have problems with this bishop because of this pin, and all in all, this is a good line for white. It's not worth it to take this pawn. So instead, Wang tried to solve his development problems. He played a6, pushing the bishop back so he can unpin his knight. Bishop went back to e7. Knight d4 from white. And now queen g6. Naturally, Jobava doesn't fancy a queen trade here. I think black will have a good position if we take on g6 by taking with the h pawn. So it goes queen h3, knight e5, and white castles. One would think that black would have to start thinking about castling, but first he plays bishop d7. Now f4 by Jobava, pushing the knight from the nice outpost on e5. Well, not really an outpost, but a post, a good post. And knight c4. Still no castling from black. He plays rook d8, queen f3, and bishop c8. And here we have a really nice move by Jobava, punishing black for not castling. Can you find what white played here? He played knight into c6. A very nice move. The point is, if you take it, which Wang didn't, we will have queen takes c6. If you move the king, I take on d8, and then on c8, and I have a winning position, some extra pawns, and yeah, a bad king for black. The other option is to play bishop to d7. In that case, I play rook takes d7, and I flick in this bishop takes g4, and the knight coming here to e5 is simply too much. White will be up some material. The best black can do is probably to play e5 here. When we take on d7, take on e5, and take on g6. And white is up 2 pawns, but black might have some chances of drawing because of the opposite colored bishops, but white is definitely for choice. So after knight c6, Wang played rook takes d1. Rook takes d1 from Jobava. Again, you can't take now because queen takes check and this bishop drops. So bishop f6 was played. And now a very unusual move, knight a7. There's no way back for this knight, but it doesn't matter because you can't move this bishop, because then the e7 pawn will drop. So the knight will be able to take on c8. Black finally castled, but now it's too late. It seems like white just has a winning position. h3. Once again pushing the black pieces. And yeah, I mean, if you have to go to h6, I mean, it didn't do that. But all your pieces are bad now. And I think we can even play knight b6 here. And you can't protect this, you're just losing material. So he didn't even defend the knight. He played b5, attacking this knight here. Then knight d6. Now we're hitting c8, but we're also still hitting g4. So black is just losing material here. Bishop d7 was played. Now he took finally on g4. Queen takes. Bishop d7. You're up a piece. Why not trade queens? That's what Jobava did. Bishop f3. And after rook to b8, Jobava took on f7. He will take on d7 next move if you take the knight. Otherwise, the knight can come back to e5. And Wang simply had enough and resigned. So a good game by Jobava. And we'll have to see if he can tame his wild side. If he can, he will content. But if not, you know, he will quickly fade. But, you know, one day out of three, so he's in with a chance, just as everybody else. But it's going to be a very interesting tournament, and we'll follow it on day 2.